Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This is my second Boston vacation vlog that I'm making. To be honest, it was a pretty sedate vacation. The big things were going up to see the new baby, so there wasn't a lot of travel to the numerous historical places in New England. However, we spent wonderful quality time with my brother and sister-in-law and got to see some lovely outlying Boston neighborhoods that were just absolutely beautiful. And that's what I want to share with you today. A lot of the neighborhoods in Boston have an eclectic mixture of styles. You've got the famous brownstones of Boston, but here we were looking at much more Tudor or Victorian influenced homes, and they were all sorts of different styles and levels of upkeep, but by and large, very, very beautiful. We saw some things that were very reminiscent of English gardens where things just kind of get overgrown and just kind of go all over the place, but in a very controlled and deliberate way, which was beautiful. We went to a neighborhood called Roslindale, otherwise known as Rosie, from what I am told, and they had so many of these little lending libraries out in front of different houses, a leave a book, take a book kind of situation, and most of them actually looked like the houses that they were right in front of, which was a very cute touch. Later on, we went to Arnold Arboretum, which has two entrances. It's maintained by Harvard University, and one of the fun highlights of this walk was going up to Peters Hill, which I am told is one of the highest points, if not the highest point in Boston. We got a wonderful view of the Boston skyline and a nice walk to boot, which was always good. We try to get out a little bit every day with the baby. She is just about a month old, so she's right now just kind of crying, pooping, and sleeping. But getting her out a little bit every day was wonderful, and it really got the parents feeling back in the swing of things, and we got to sample a number of lovely little local tea and coffee places that we kind of fell in love with. I really wish there was more things like that in our neck of the woods. Everything's Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts around here, so having a little spot like the green tea in Roslindale was a real treat. Different things every day. They had a great mint lemonade, which I'd never tried before, and they unfortunately had it one day that we went there, but it was good. It was really, really good. After doing some yard work, I got to stay in the swing of things and kept moving. My brother is very much a fitness buff, doing hiking and triathlon, so he has a home weight set with barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, any sort of bells you could want, and he very graciously let me use it for the week we were there. I was in there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I didn't want to go with the barbell just because I was afraid of maybe being too loud and waking the baby, whose nursery was right across the way. So it was a lot of barbells this time, and I found a great workout that I might start doing a bit more here just because I was feeling stuff that I hadn't felt in a long time. And I think part of that's because work has a Smith machine, so I'm not really engaging anything other than very specific muscle groups. So getting this all over workout was humbling. Later on, we got to meet up with some of my mother's high school friends, which was a treat. She's a Navy kid, I was a Navy kid. So we all have friends that are just kind of all over the place. And it's really interesting to get a chance to meet and talk with them. It kind of gives you a perspective on your parents that you may not have had, but they're a very lovely couple. And if you're ever in Sandwich, Massachusetts, the local bar and grill, top notch. Oh, hey. Sure. It was a great way to top off a long week. So after that, it was just a long, uneventful drive home, thankfully. The trip down was much less exciting than the trip going up. No flooding, no horrible weather, just a long day of driving, one more night at the parents' house before coming home to a home that's not going to be a home too much longer. Like I said, last week in process of trying to find a new place since our landlords are getting out of the landlord business, and they're starting to show to private investors as well as people looking for a private home. So we're just gonna take the opportunity because we don't want to have this sort of Damocles kind of hanging over our heads with a possible new landlord or a private owner who is irritated about letting some renters write out their lease. So we have a couple of applications in. We have one place that we have our eye on and we've applied for. We're crossing our fingers that we get it. It's a little bit smaller, but it has some nice features like a single car garage and it has a yard, so we could have more opportunities for entertaining, which we really want to do. So our home right now is kind of in a state of disarray because we're just packing all of our stuff right now to be able to move as quickly as possible once we find a place. But it's adding a little bit of stress to a time where we really don't want it. So fingers crossed we get everything sorted shortly and can get moving shortly and get settled shortly, because this year's been kind of a roller coaster in unexpected ways, and I would really like for the roller coaster to stop a little bit. Because I really wanted to get back to training, but I can't when we're having to do showings and packing and cleaning, and I'm exercising when I can, but holy cow, I'm tired and I just want to have a time where I don't have to worry about anything and just relax and do more fun stuff versus adult stuff, because I have to do adult stuff every day and I'm looking forward to doing some fun stuff. We're hoping to plan a vintage Halloween party this year, kind of going back to the 50s maybe, if not earlier. Costume party, decorations. If we get into where we hope we will, then that should give us some time and the opportunity to save up. So hopefully the next time I have to talk about moving, it's going to be into a place of our own. A little bit of a tangent from the Boston trip, but if you've not been to Boston, Massachusetts, or the areas around Boston, Massachusetts, I would highly recommend it. It's been a wonderful experience each time we've gone up. You're a hop, skip, and a jump from pretty much anything in New England, and Massachusetts itself just has so much to see, be it Salem, downtown historic Boston, the outer neighborhoods like Jamaica Plain, and all the other states surrounding it. Go for it, do it. It's starting to rain, so that might be picking up on here. So I'm gonna wrap this one up, and I will see you in my next video. I want you to go out and experience something new this week, and I hope that next first step is a positive one. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.